Thank you, thank you. That was the Acadian two-step, and that was performed by Les Femmes Farouches, live and direct, coming to you from the WWOZ studios right here, overlooking the beautiful Mississippi River. And tell me, what makes your group unique?
I think first and foremost, we're all women, and we're playing Cajun music, and we look to the Magnolia Sisters as our inspiration. There are other women playing Cajun music, but they have a male drummer or a male bass player. But I really like the fact that we're all women, and it's female voices, and it's just a different, gentler version of Cajun music.
And unfortunately, it's still kind of a rare thing in Cajun music. You're right. We got Beaufort-Cajun, got the Magnolia Sisters, but there aren't too many all-women groups. I see one other thing that makes your group unique, and that is your instrumentation. Can we hear about the cello?
Shall I speak to that?
Please.
Sure. Well, what's not to say about cello? It's definitely unique and non-traditional to the typical instrumentation, but it's been really lovely to find a way. You know, I certainly didn't grow up. I came up through classical tradition on cello. That's typically the path. But it's been like such a joy to find a way to integrate it and to imitate and fiddling like other great fiddlers out there, but find the richness that the cello brings to the mix. We can do a lot with the cello. It's
kind of hard to tuck that under your chin, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Well, it sounds great. It really sounds
so
fantastic. And how about another one?
We're going to do something called Valse de Bafa with Katie Murphy on vocals.
La maison, j'avais fait morir kuasa. J'ai 5 jours dans ma vie, je donnerai 3 dans les 5 pour passer les 12 autres avec toi. J'aime mieux mourir dans tes bras.
Wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful.
indeed. Give me the feels every time. Oh, salsa kick
So how did you learn that song, Katie?
That was one of the songs that when I heard it made me want to learn to play Cajun music. It really just had such an effect on me. It was just such a beautiful tune. And of course, just dove into the Balfa catalog and as everyone, as we do.
You can get lost in there.
No, I mean, I'm actually from the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
But I grew up in New York State for the most part, in the Northeast. And I found a lot of this music here on WWOZ, streaming it from home. I've been a member for like 13 years now, I think. But yeah, and just found a lot here. And also, when I was in New York, the Old Tone Music Festival is when I first heard Jesse Leger, who
Shout out to
really
Jesse Leger.
shout
Yay.
out. We love Jesse. But that was just seeing him perform, hearing these songs. I'm like, I just became obsessed with this music and just wanted to play it. I knew then what I wanted to play.
Do y'all have another one ready for us?
Yes, we do. Je veux le loup. Let nada la belette. Taking us way back to medieval France. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai le vu taper la main. J'ai le vu taper la main. J'ai le vu taper le pied. J'ai le vu taper le pied. J'ai le vu taper la main. J'ai le vu taper la main. J'ai le vu taper le pied. J'ai le vu taper le pied. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai vu le loup, let nada la beletta. J'ai vu le loup, let not danser. J'ai le vu tous s'embrasser. J'ai le vu tous s'embrasser. J'ai le vu tous caresser. J'ai le vu tous caresser. J'ai le vu tous s'embrasser. J'ai le vu tous s'embrasser. J'ai vu tout ce qu'elle a say. J'ai vu tout ce qu'elle a say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai le vu avec une autre femme. J'ai le vu avec une autre femme. Mais si bon Dieu c'était pas la mienne. Mais si bon Dieu c'était pas la mienne. J'ai le vu avec une autre femme. J'ai le vu avec une autre femme. Mais si bon Dieu c'était pas la mienne. Mais si bon Dieu c'était pas la mienne. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say. J'ai vu la lune, la 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 la. J'ai vu la lune, la la don't say.
Yes. And that's a song that Dewey Balfour brought back from Canada, right?
Yep.
I saw the wolf, the fox, and the weasel.
Dancing. What they doing dancing in the woods, I don't know. They're crazy like that.
That is an unusual song, but I love it. I love it. How did your group come to be? Where did they found come from?
It's an amazing story. Actually, I met somebody at Blackbot Camp. Her name's Hannah Pepper. She's a fiddler. We came home. We were friends, and we said, "What do you want to do? Let's start a band." And she went on to other things. She's with Pepper Michaud, now incredible fiddler. But that brought this idea of having a band. I had met Sophie at Balfour Camp a year before that.
Okay.
I had met Natalie at T. Marie. It's all over the place, these connections. Marie Isabelle of T. Marie and Bayou Juju.
Lilian Française, too, the jams.
Yeah, I'm going to get to it. Hold on. Don't rush me.
Shout out to Lilian.
Oh, we're going to give it to him. I got some people. But I met her at a house jam at Marie's house.
Yes.
And then I met Katie at L'Union Française, that little jam there, that James Duracell, shout out our brother, our Cajun God brother, and Frank Williams, who mentored us, and we just... The first time we sat in my living room and played, I was like, it was magic. And it's been a wild ride ever since. It's just been a year. But the chemistry we have and respect we have for each other and how we all came to this place has just been nothing short of amazing. We're going to do something called Port Arthur Blues.
Okay.
Yeah. ça me fait du mal. Oh yeah, chatty homme, chat bébé, comment tu veux t'en venir? Oh, donnez, allez chercher. Oh yeah. Tu m'as dit hier soir, tu pouvais venir, oh, me rejoindre à la maison. Oh yeah, moi je me vois pas que je t'avais coiffé, toi tu veux pas. Oh, l'on est rapporteur. Oh yeah.
Port Arthur Blues. I'm wondering who your musical influences are. Let's start with Miss Lee on this one, since we haven't heard much.
No.
Well, we'll pass it on to Katie then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to say Anne Savoy, of course.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's always been a huge influence on me and a lot of different people. I've kind of just tried to take it all in and absorb, you know.
And especially since we started this band, I've been listening a lot to Anne Savoy and the Magnolia Sisters, big time.
Yes.
But Zachary Richard, his songwriting, just from the very beginning, Steve Riley, amazing musicians, and of course we got people like Jesse Leger and Blake Miller, Chaz Justice. I mean, I could go on and on, so I probably need to pass the mic to Natalie. But it's hard to pick it in.
Yeah, it's hard.
For me, I guess, I mean, again, just because to narrow it down a little bit, I can just say, and because it's kind of a fun story of like how I came to discover Cajun music.
Okay.
I mean, my last name's Nakan. I was born with that name.
Right.
I do my dad's side of the family is Cajun, so I do have that background. But I didn't really grow up with this music. Grew up with the food. I could tell you a lot of opinions about gumbo, but I didn't really grow up with the music and the dancing. And
Okay.
I discovered it, funnily enough, when my friend gave me in high school a mix CD at the time that had some Beausoleil on it, Michael Doucet and Beausoleil, and Parlez-nous à boire was on there, and I just heard it and was like, what is this? And then I found out they're from Lafayette. I was born in Lafayette. What? And then, yeah. So
That was
I
your
have
roots
to-
calling to you.
I have to, yeah, seriously though. I mean, it was a very immediate, just like, yeah. So that's what actually got me started.
Are you all each the first musician in your family? Did you learn from a parent or a grandparent?
Yeah,
Anything?
my dad, Dan Rocca, is an accordion player, guitarist, and singer. My grandfather, Tonis Lafleur, all the Héberts that were my dad's family, and all my kids are musicians as well. So I've come from a very rich tradition of playing this music and hearing it.
Yeah, and my dad is a musician, my brother, my uncle, my grandfather was, so on my dad's side, all guitar players.
Can I just say, the reason
Yes.
I passed on that question about influences is I'm very, very new to Cajun music,
Okay.
so I'm being influenced by it all.
Okay.
So I can't really single out
But
one.
you have lots of background in other styles of music, right? Yes.
Just New Orleans in general. I moved here
Uh-huh.
to soak up the culture and the music and the food. That was my goal in 2001
Uh-huh.
when I moved here. And I'm a student of New Orleans
Mm-hmm.
then, now, and I always will be. And learning Cajun music is part of my education.
Right, right.
And also, I had some personal issues a few years ago, and it's part of my healing. And these women have been a part of that and just lifting me up and this music up.
Oh, so
And so
Well, I know
that's-
we've heard your name on the live wire before, so
Yes.
you've been performing around New Orleans.
Yeah, for 20 years. Don't tell anybody.
you gotta just.
So, yeah.
She's a pro.
This is my first time in the
think
new
so.
studio, and it's gorgeous.
What do you think?
Congratulations,
Is it-
y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
we're very fortunate to have this space, certainly.
And thank you for having us.
I think so. Yeah, this is the first big time performance we've had. Charles and I have had groups, individuals or duos, sometimes trios play, like T. Marie, she's nice enough to come down, for pledge drives. And this is, I think, the first time we've had a band in, not during a pledge drive.
Such an honor.
So-
Thank you so
Yeah, we're
much.
so
It's great.
appreciative. We really love being here. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well,
Real quick, since I didn't get to mention
Yes.
I
that's
just have
right.
to say thank you to my mom.
Five
And
minutes.
my mom's the pianist in the family, and she, yeah, I mean, she's the one who taught me into playing cello to start with.
She's a
You
music
know, so-
teacher, right?
And music teacher, a pianist, and my
Ah.
dad's just been the great supporter. So I just have to, yeah.
I got to meet her at French Quarter
That's
Festival, so
right,
that was that was a lot of fun talking to her. Any more?
Oh, yeah.
Love to
Oh,
hear.
We got, what we got?
Real.
Real de joie.
Okay. Oh, that's great. right.
Yeah, it's
Can
fun
I
with
do a
that one.
special shout out real quick
Of
to
course.
Jane Vidrine?
Yes! Jane,
Yeah.
love Jane.
I
One
took
of
her
the-
fiddle classes at Balfa, and you know, I played Suzuki violin growing up, but I quit playing violin fiddle in high school, and so I brought the fiddle to camp, and I took her classes, and she really inspired me to keep doing the fiddle.
One of the founding members of the Magnolia
Yes.
Sisters.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Speaking
that's
of-
great.
Miss
That's
Jane.
great.
Speaking of another one, Anya Burgess, actually, like about a year ago, you know, we were just talking about the North Shore Fiddle Festival.
Yes.
So I went to the day that Anya and Christine Balfour were there. They taught Real de Joie, and I learned, that was my first, I mean, like, really learning a fiddle tune on the cello.
Wow.
And now we're playing it, so thanks to them, too.
Does that present any special challenges, transcribing fiddle
Yes.
tunes to the cello?
Where should I begin? I mean, I think the biggest challenge is figuring out what works for my tuning, and with taking all the other factors into consideration, if accordion's in the mix, you know, vocal ranges and whatnot. Because it's not really practical. I know a lot of Cajun fiddlers have two fiddles when tuned in different keys. It's not practical to have two cellos. So I just kind of have to deal with what my tuning is. But it presents a lot of, also, like, we have an open C string on the cello, and that, you know, you heard earlier on Valse de Balfe, I really lean into that, and it opens up a lot of possibilities. It's really cool.
Does that mean you only need one accordion to play with to match the cello tuning?
I play two different accordions. So I
Okay.
have a C accordion, I have a D accordion, so that I could, you know, this is a man's world, right? It's a man's sport. So if you,
Yes.
everything's in C and it's not, I can't hardly sing in that. So some songs you can, some not so much. So that's why I got the.
Well, we'll look for you all to correct that
Thank
as,
you. We're
as
working
years
on
go
it.
by.
We're working on it. It's like, can you do that in this? They look at me like I'm crazy. Please, just one time.
I think we've got a few more minutes here. We should be able to squeeze in one, maybe two, if I ask
That's
nicely.
perfect, because we can do Bonsoir Moreau and Parlez nous au bois.
Oh, love Bonsoir Moreau. Great tune. All right, allons.
Oh, bonsoir Moreau, oh, bonsoir Moreau. Je connaissais le chemin de va. Bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau. Oh, nuit be bon temps, oh, bon temps toute la nuit. Je connaissais le chemin de va. Bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau. paillettes partirez. Bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau, bonsoir Moreau.
Let's talk about drinking, not getting married.
Yes, please.
Well, it is now 1 o'clock, and this is WWOZ FM New Orleans. You're listening to Losh Pa, 2 hours of the best Cajun, Louisiana Creole, and Zydeco music, and you have been listening to Les Femmes Farouches, live and direct right here from WWOZ. We've got Michelle Rocca-Landry on accordion, guitar, vocals, and I noticed Tifer. Also, Natalie Nakan on cello and vocals, Katie Murphy on guitar and vocals, and Miss Sophie Lee on fiddle, on Tifer, and on rubboard. That was the most subdued rubboard performance I think I've ever seen.
It's so tasteful.
Well, we certainly appreciate y'all coming down and being with us in the studio here today, and it's been a real thrill. We're hoping the best for your careers, and we'll see you out there in the bars and maybe at the festivals and on the street or wherever you all decide you want to play these days. So, again, Les Femmes Farouches, everybody.
Thank you so much for having us.
Let's
I'm
hear
really
it.
grateful.